Hello, my friends. It's time for Chapter 6, DNA in Plants. Mr. Kinder tells the students they have one more thing to learn. What's that? Asked Todd. This week is all about DNA in plants, said Mr. Kinder. Plants are living things. Plants grow and change. That means that plants have cells. Mr. Kinder says that plant cells have DNA too. Different types of plants have different DNA. DNA for an apple tree makes an apple tree. DNA can make a plant grow tall or short. DNA can make a plant grow different fruits. New plants grow from a seed that has fallen from another plant. That seed has the same DNA as the plant. Plants get DNA from the plant that dropped the seed, said Mr. Kinder. Mr. Kinder shows the students two plants. He explains that he grew the second plant with seeds from the first plant. Both plants have orange flowers. Mr. Kinder explains that these plants are in the same plant family. Sorry. The second plant has the same genes in its DNA as the first plant, so it has a trait for orange flowers too. They are alike because they have some of the same DNA inside their cells. Let's review what we've learned about DNA in plants, said Mr. Kinder. Plants are living things. Plants have cells and DNA. The DNA in the plants gives the plants their traits. Plants get DNA from the seeds of other plants. In science class, Todd has learned a lot about cells, DNA, and genes. He thinks about the people, animals, and plants he sees every day. He knows that all living things are made up of cells. Oh my goodness. Each cell has its own DNA. He is glad that all living things have different traits in their DNA. The world is better with all the differences. Thank you, DNA, says Todd. So, plants, we've talked about the plant life cycle before, right? So, you have a plant, and on its fruit or its blossom, it drops seeds. The seeds then grow and make another plant. Okay? And that plant then drops more seeds and so on and so forth. There's a way to mess with the DNA so you can take, like, if I don't know if you've ever seen a plumecot, which is a plum and apricot hybrid. So somehow somebody mushed the DNA together, because that is a scientific term, mushed DNA together, and created this fruit that has traits from both apricots and plums. It's purple, but it tastes kind of apricot-y. Okay? So also, like if you have, here's an example. Okay, my mom and I planted a salsa garden. We planted tomatoes, green peppers, cilantro, hot peppers. Okay? We bought onions. So we planted these plants. Okay? When we went to harvest those plants, we found that because we planted our jalapenos so close to the green peppers and the tomatoes, everything in that garden was spicy. The tomatoes had a little bit of spice to them. The green peppers were spicy hot like the jalapenos. And the salsa was too intense to eat. And the more you let it sit, the worse it got. So we learned very quickly that summer that you cannot plant jalapenos that close to anything you don't want to have the trait of a jalapeno. Isn't that cool? Nature's awesome. So let's review. Plants are living things. Plants have cells and DNA. The DNA in plants gives the plants their traits, and plants get DNA from the seeds of other plants. Okay? So I posted some videos. Why do humans have less DNA than plants? This is pretty interesting. Plants have very specific DNA. And then surprising animals that are related to humans. So the animals that they talk about in this video have a lot of the same DNA as we have. And it's very interesting to see what we are alike and how we are different. Okay? So those will be put up there for you. So have a great day. On Monday, we're going to start our new unit. We're going to talk about the ocean. And I hope you have fun.